Hi everyone, welcome back. I have a fun and flowing yoga class for strengthening and stretching the body today. So as always, it is all levels, so just take it as much or as little as feels right for you. I will offer some challenges and some places to rest. So just do what feels right and we'll all get started together. So we're coming to the back of our mat into child's pose. So either the knees are together or they're wide apart, depending on which feels better in the hips. So just find a child's pose position that works for you. Arms can be reaching forward or back behind you. And then just once you've found that shape, just take a few moments to just really settle in here. So let the body almost feel like it's melting into this shape. Release any little areas of tension. Begin to check in with the body. Notice how you're feeling. Notice your energy levels. And just really use these few moments to just be with yourself for a few moments. So taking this time to just check out from your day so far. Let yourself arrive into your space, arrive onto your mat. This class is your time for you alone. So let's start as we mean to go on and bring our attention inwards. So we're going to take this into a little stretch. So staying in your child's pose, just walk your hands off the right side of the mat. Try to keep sinking the chest down and your left hip is still on your left heel. So you're finding a nice stretch in the left side of the body. We'll inhale, bring the hands back through center, and exhale, take them over to the left side. So same thing. Relax the shoulders, let the head become heavy. Inhale, we'll bring the hands back through center. And then from here, we're going to make our way up to an all fours position. So coming up and just checking your alignment. So wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Straight away, we're going to walk the hands forward about a handprint in front of where they are already. We're shifting the weight back forward so shoulders come back over wrists. Squeeze the elbows to your sides, look forward and exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press back up and exhale, sink back to your child's pose. We're flowing this a few times with the breath. So inhale, coming forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and exhale, sink back. Keep this going, one breath, one movement. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower, elbows glued to your sides. Inhale, lift, and exhale to sink back. Just twice more like that. So inhale, coming forward. Exhale, lower with control. Keep the gaze forward. Inhale, press back up, and exhale, sink back. Last one, you've got this. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press back up, and then exhale, we're sinking back to child's pose. This time bend the elbows, bring the hands behind the back of the neck, and then walk the elbows forward, but keep sinking back so you're getting a nice stretch in the tops of the arms and the sides of the body. Again, just let the chest melt down towards the floor. You're keeping your breath at that steady rhythm as much as you can. Take one more round of breath. And then we're going to inhale to reach the arms back forward towards the top of the mat. And exhale, sweep the arms back behind you so you're interlacing the fingers if you can behind the lower back. Squeeze the palms together. You're either staying there or lifting the arms up for a little bit of an extra stretch in the shoulders and the chest. Let the head be heavy and squeeze the palms so shoulder blades come together a little bit more. Again, focus on your breath. If you can't interlace the fingers, just reach back behind you. That's perfectly fine. You'll still get an opening of the chest. Take one more round of breath. And then on your next inhale, keep your fingers interlaced or the hands reaching back. We're going to lift the head up and stand all the way up onto the knees. As you exhale, just as much as feels comfortable, push the hips forward, roll the shoulders back, maybe take the gaze up. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, sink back to that first child's pose position. So flowing this with the breath, we'll inhale, stand up onto the knees. Exhale, push hips forward, find your back bend. Inhale, straighten, and exhale to child's pose. Take your time with this. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to back bend. Inhale, straighten back up. And exhale, sinking back down, hips to heels. This time we're going to inhale, come all the way back up, but don't back bend. And then exhale, bring your hands onto your hips. As you inhale, your right foot is going to come off the side of the mat, toes facing forward, and more or less they're in line with the front of your left knee. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, slide your right hand down your right leg as your left arm comes up and over, so you're finding a side stretch. Try and turn your chest up towards the ceiling and really reach through the fingertips. Again, focus on your breathing, one more round of breath. We're going to inhale, come all the way back up, straighten up the arms, and then exhale, bring your left hand down off the left side of the mat, reach your right arm up so you're coming into supported side plank. It's quite hard to film this, but I think you get the idea. Keep reaching through that right hand, try and stack the shoulders, stack the hips, keep the back of the neck nice and long. One more inhale here, and then as you exhale, your right hand is come down to meet the left. Inhale to walk the hands back round to the front of the mat. Your foot stays where it is. You're either staying here if this is enough of a stretch, otherwise exhale to sink back to a variation on a child's pose. So you're sinking back towards that left heel. Try to keep the outer edge of the right foot down onto the floor and don't lock the knee back, so keep a softness in the knee. If this feels like too much or the outer edge of your right foot is lifting quite a lot, then come up a little bit higher. There's really no need to sink back. That's just if you have a little bit more of a stretch there. And then just keep relaxing through the shoulders, let the head become heavy, really try to breathe into this shape. Inhale into the back of the body, and as you exhale, see if there's space to sink a little bit further. We'll just take a few more rounds of breath here. And then on your next inhale, slowly lifting back up. As you exhale, your right foot is going to step outside of your right hand onto the mat. So you can move your left knee back if you have a little bit more space. We're going to turn the right toes off the mat, the heel stays on, and then your right hand comes onto your right knee. You're either just staying there, or maybe you can start to guide the knee out to the right side as you come onto the outer edge of the right foot. Maybe then taking your gaze back behind you, so it's just a little bit of a different way to open up through the hip. Keep sinking the hips as you exhale. You can use your hand to guide the knee, but if you're feeling any fussiness in the knee, then bring the foot back through center. Keep pressing the floor away with that left hand. Taking one more round of breath here. And then on your next inhale, heel toe the foot through the center of the mat. Your left hand stays down, your right arm reaches up, so we're coming into a low lunge twist. We're trying to stack the shoulders as much as possible, and your right knee stays nice and central. So notice if you start drifting onto the outer edge of the right foot. We're either staying here, or for a little bit more of a challenge, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee up, but keep the arms reaching. So we're really trying to find that expansion in the chest. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the back knee if it isn't already. Drop the right hand down to frame the front foot and come up onto fingertips. As you inhale, just as much as you can, pull the right hip back, draw the toes back towards you. Exhale, lunge back forward. Twice more. Inhale, pulling back, draw the toes back. Exhale, lunging forward. Last one of those. Inhale, pull the right hip back, draw the toes back. Exhale to lunge back forward. This time we're going to inhale, pull the hip back and hold there. Walk the hands back towards you so you're finding length in the spine. You're either staying there if that feels like enough of a stretch of the hamstrings, otherwise start to walk the hands forward and find a fold over that leg. Just let the head be heavy, take a few deep breaths here and try to keep the hips nice and high, so try not to sink towards the back heel. Relax the shoulders. And again, use your breath in poses like this. So with each exhale, really see if you can soften a little bit more. So you're using your out breath to find space. We'll take one more round of breath here. And then if you're happy where you are, then just staying as you are. Otherwise, for a little variation, we'll inhale to lift the head up, walk the hands back, come onto the top of your left foot and slide your right heel back so you can sit on your left heel. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, slowly fold forward over that right leg, flexing the right toes back towards you. So if for any reason this feels funny on your left knee or it just doesn't feel quite right, then please just stay in the first variation. You also don't need to fold forward at all if you have enough of a stretch where you were, so just take it at your own pace. Really tune into how your own body's feeling at this point of the practice. Again, when you come into your variation of this shape, then just breathe into it. Take a few moments to really notice those sensations in the body. Notice the stretch in the back of the leg. Inhale, lift the head back up, walk the hands back towards you. And as you exhale, we're going to push back forward to a low lunge. Inhale, curl the back toes under, step your left foot forward to meet your right. We'll come to flat back position, palms to shins. And then exhale, fold all the way forward. Just allow the head to be heavy. Maybe clasp by the elbow, take a little rock from side to side. Maybe shake the head, yes and no, release any tension. So doing whatever you need to do in this forward fold to really feel into it. Allow your attention to come back to your breath. So notice if the breath has started to change. See if you can find that steady rhythm. On your next inhale, we'll rise through standing, bring palms to touch overhead. And exhale, hands come down in front of the heart center. We're going to start to come into our first standing balance pose, so tree pose. Take your weight into your left foot. Sole of your right foot comes to either the ankle, the shin, or the thigh, so above or below the knee. The hip points are facing forward and the knee is pointing out to the right side, so try not to twist the hips in the direction of the knee. Find something in front of you that you can focus on. And take a few moments here just really trying to find that nice balance. Don't worry if you fall out of it a few times or you're a little bit wobbly. You can even use a wall to help you if you need. Focus on your breathing, it really helps. Just take one more round of breath here. And then inhale, bring the knee through center if you can without dropping the foot. You're either staying there or extending the leg out in front of you if you want a little bit more of a challenge. Flex the toes back towards you. Try not to lean back and really draw the belly in so you're engaging the core. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, we're stepping that right foot all the way back, so we're coming into a high lunge. Back heel stays lifted, your left knee is above the left ankle. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms still together. And as you exhale, we're twisting towards the left side, so your right elbow comes onto your left thigh. Your left palm is pressing into the right, so you're moving the middle of the chest up towards the thumbs. Your gaze can be maybe up towards the ceiling or back behind you if you feel really steady. Again, focus on your breath. Really squeeze the inner thighs together, so keep that nice solid foundation with the legs. Just a few more rounds of breath here, holding nice and strong. And then on your next inhale, we'll sweep the arms forward and up, coming back to our high lunge. Separate the palms. As you exhale, hands come down on the inside of the left foot. We're spinning the right heel down and walking our hands off the right side of the mat. Turn your left toes in, walk the hands forward, find flat back, and then exhale back into your wide forward fold. Take a few moments here, just allow the head to be heavy, really soften through the top of the body. And really try to push through the outer edges of the feet. So you're pigeon toeing the feet here, toes slightly in, heels slightly out. You're pushing through the outer edges of the feet so that you're not collapsing into the arches. And then just consciously start to soften the shoulders, so releasing any tension that's going on there. Breathe into this stretch and really feel that sensation in the backs of the legs. And if you do have quite tight hamstrings, that's absolutely fine. You can take a little bend into the knees. So again, just adjusting the pose to however feels nice for you. We're just going to take one more round of breath here. And then on your next inhale, lift the head up, walk the hands forward, find flat back once again. Your left hand is going to stay down and your right arm is reaching up. So you're coming into a wide twist. So the legs stay as they are. You're reaching through that top hand. Take your gaze up towards the top thumb if that feels okay on the neck. Try not to throw the head back. You're really trying to stack the shoulders but keep the hips nice and central. One more inhale. And then exhale, your right hand comes down to meet your left. Your walk hands round to frame the front foot. Bend the knee, lift the back heel, and then inhale, step back to a plank position. Holding here, keep a straight line with the body. Keep your gaze slightly forward and press the floor away with the hands. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, we're just going to send the hips up and back to our downward facing dog once again. Just take a moment to pedal through the feet, bend through the knees, walk out through the heels. And then as you exhale, dropping the knees down to the floor, sink back to the heels, coming into your child's pose. We'll sweep the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. This time try to bring the opposite thumb on top, so you're interlacing the other way, the way that feels a bit strange, but it will just open up the shoulders in the opposite way that we did before. And then maybe lifting the arms up if that's available to you, so just see how that feels on the shoulders. It might even feel a little bit different on one side compared to the other. Each inhale, see if you can squeeze the palms a little bit more. And then once again, we're going to come into our back bend flow. So as you inhale, lifting up onto the knees. Exhale, push the hips forward and lean back. Maybe take the gaze up. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink back. Maybe lift the arms up as you sink down. Inhale, lift back up, stand onto the knees. Exhale, push the hips forward. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink back down to child's pose. Keep this moving with the breath. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, push the hips forward. Inhale, lift. And exhale to child's pose. This time we'll inhale, come up to stand onto the knees. Don't back bend. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. As you inhale, your left foot is going off to the side this time. So again, bringing the front of the left toes in line with the front of the right knee, more or less. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, your left hand comes onto the left leg. Slide the hand down the leg as you bring the right arm up and over, so we're finding that side body stretch. Try to keep your hips nice and even, and then really try to rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. Feel that nice stretch down the right side of the body, all the way down to the fingertips. We'll inhale, come back up, and exhale, your right hand comes down off the right side of the mat, your left arm reaches up, and your left leg is still out where it was, so you're coming into that supported side plank once again. Really try to stack the shoulders, stack the hips, draw the belly in so you're engaging the core. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your left hand down to meet the right. Walk the hands round towards the front of the mat once again, so your hips are directly over your right knee, and then slowly sink the hips back if that feels okay for you. Otherwise, just stay upright. Your left leg is still out to the side, toes pointing forward and outer edge of the foot down. Again, I know the angle isn't great here, so I hope you're still with me. It's the same as we were doing on the other side. So really try to breathe into the back of the body. You're inhaling into the back of the rib cage. And then exhaling to maybe see if there's space to sink back a little bit further. Again, it might be different on one side compared to the other, so really try to tune into that as we move through the practice. Notice those small differences in sensations. We'll take one more round of breath here. And then on your next inhale, if you aren't already, we're going to slowly lift the head up, come back to that first position. As you exhale, your left foot steps outside the left hand onto the outer edge of the mat. You can move your right knee back if you need to. Your left toes turn off the mat, the heel stays on, so the foot is at a slight angle. Your left hand comes onto your left knee, and then you can either stay there or gently guide the knee out to the side, coming onto the outer edge of the left foot. Maybe then looking over your left shoulder, keep pressing into that right palm. But again, if you're feeling anything in the left knee here, then please bring the foot back onto the mat. So you can take different variations here and you'll get the same benefits of the stretch. It just varies on how deep you want to come into it. We'll take one more round of breath. And then inhale, bring the foot back through center. We'll heel toe the foot into the center of the mat. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up, coming into that low lunge twist. So again, really try and stack the shoulders. If you took the variation on the other side, you might want to curl the back toes under and lift the back knee, but arms stay the same if you can. Focus on your breathing. Keep your left knee central so it's not starting to drift towards the left side. One more inhale here, and then exhale, drop the knee. If it isn't already, drop the left hand and come onto fingertips. Inhale, pull your left hip back, draw the toes back towards you just as much as you can. Exhale, lunge forward. Inhale, pull it back. Exhale, lunge forward, moving with the breath once again. So inhale, pull it back. Exhale, lunging forward. Roll the shoulders back as you come forward. This time we'll inhale, pull the hip back, draw the toes back towards you. Hold here and walk the hands back so we're finding space in the chest. You're either staying there or slowly finding that fold over the left leg. Your hips stay high so they're not sinking back towards the right heel. Relax the shoulders, let the head become heavy. Again, just breathing into this stretch, noticing how it feels on this side. So just taking a few more deep breaths here. And then as we did before, either staying where you are if this feels like enough for you. Otherwise, we're going to take that little variation. So lifting the head up, start to walk the hands back towards you. Come onto the top of your right foot, and then you're sliding your left foot back so that you can sit on your right heel. So again, if for any reason this feels uncomfortable, particularly on the knees, then please come out of it. Flex your left toes back towards you. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, slowly soften forward. Or you can stay upright depending on how that feels on that side. So again, you can keep a little bend into the knee, but try to keep the toes flexed back towards you. And you'll really try to breathe into the back of the body. Notice if you're taking any tension around the shoulders, just try to release with each exhale. Take a few more rounds of deep breaths here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to start to lift the head up, walk the hands back towards you. And then as you exhale, we're going to make our way back forward into that lunge. Plant the palms either side of the left foot. Inhale, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, step forward, flat back position, palms to shins. And then exhale, soften all the way down into your fold. Again, just take a few deep breaths there. Notice if it feels any different from the first side now that we've worked into both legs. It might feel a little bit lighter or a little bit looser. Maybe there's space to come down a little bit more, so just see how it feels. And then on your next inhale, we're going to make our way up to standing. So reaching the arms up and overhead. Bring the palms to touch. And then as you exhale, hands come down in front of the heart center. And then setting up for our tree pose on the other side. So again, separating the feet so they're about hip width apart. This time we're going to take our weight into our right foot, sole of the left foot either to the ankle, the shin, or the thigh. So try to do the same variation that you did on the other side. But if you feel that you have one side where your balance is a little bit better, then that's totally fine. So again, just adapt how you need to. That's actually quite common. Again, find something in front of you that you can focus on. Relax your shoulders. Watch your breath. On your next inhale, if you can, without dropping the foot, we're going to bring the knee nice and central in line with the hip, flex the toes back towards you. Again, option to stay there, otherwise extend the leg out for a little bit of a core challenge, flex the toes back towards you, really draw the belly in so you're engaging through the core. One more inhale, and then as you exhale, we're going to step that left foot all the way back to come into our high lunge. Your right knee is above your right ankle, back heel lifted. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, we're twisting to the right. So your left elbow comes onto the right thigh. Press the right palm down into the left. So again, you're moving the chest up towards the thumbs. Focus on your breathing. Really squeeze the inner thighs together so you're keeping the legs nice and strong. Keep that pressure in the palms. One more round of breath. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms back forward and up so you're facing towards the front of the mat. As you exhale, hands are going to come down on the inside of the right foot. Spin your left heel down, walk your hands off the left side of the mat and turn your right toes in. Walk the hands forward, find flat back position, and then exhale to walk the hands back and find your wide forward fold. So you can take any variations with the arms here. So if you know that you like to maybe grab the outer edges of the feet or walk the hands back in between the legs. If you have a headstand practice, then go for it, although we're not staying here very long, so maybe don't go for it. But just make it your own, so do whatever feels good for you here. Also, staying upright a little bit is fine, so don't worry if you can't come all the way back. Remember to really press through the outer edges of the feet. We'll take one more round of breath here. And then whenever you're ready, on your next inhale, we're going to slowly start to lift the head up. Walk the hands back forward to that flat back position. Once there, we're going to come into our twist. So right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. So again, you're stacking the shoulders. Really press into that right hand. Try to keep the hips nice and central and you're still strong in the legs. Again, you're really trying to expand the chest. So feeling that space in the front of the body. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, bring the right hand down to meet the left. Walk the hands round towards the right foot. Turn the toes forward, bend the knee, lift the back heel, and then inhale, step back to your plank. Find that straight line with the body. Again, you're pressing the floor away to create space between the shoulder blades. Your gaze is slightly forward. Draw the lower ribs in. Take one more inhale, and then exhale back to your downward facing dog. Just take a few last movements here, pedaling through the feet, bending through the knees. Just taking your last few rounds of breath in down dog. And then whenever you're ready, just slowly releasing the knees down to the floor. We're going to make our way through seated, so either swinging the legs to one side or crossing the shins behind you. And then just take a shuffle into the center of your mat. Extend the legs out in front of you, flex the toes back towards you. We'll inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale, slowly coming forward into our fold. So you can bend the knees as much as you need to here. Just take a few rounds of breath, feeling into stretch, let the head be heavy. And relax the shoulders. Again, just noticing how this feels in the body, maybe how it's changed from the start of the class. Taking a few more deep breaths here. And then taking your time, we're going to slowly make our way out of it. So starting to lift the head up. We'll rise back up to our seat and then just straighten the arms out in front of you about shoulder height, palms facing down. We're going to make our way down onto our back. So just rolling down one vertebra at a time, the heels will slide towards you. Reach the arms up and overhead to find your full body stretch. If it feels nice, you can interlace the fingers, press the palms back behind you, maybe take a little stretch from side to side. And then when you're ready, just hugging the knees into the chest, taking that little rock from side to side as well, releasing the back of the body. We're going to make our way into our Shavasana, our final relaxation position from here. So making any last movements or adjustments before you get nice and settled. Allow the body to become completely heavy. Let the back of the body feel totally supported by the mat. And just give yourself a few moments here to completely relax. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you very soon and have a lovely rest of your day.